Hello and welcome to the news on NTA International. I'm Nancy Godi Angunihu, and on sign language is Courage Ogeriahi. First, the headlines. President Tinubu launches 2025 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration emblem, commends commitment of members of nation's armed forces. France and Morocco on bilateral reconciliation as President Macron embarks on state visit. United Nations peacekeepers in Democratic Republic of Congo to stay beyond December. And now the news in full. President Bola Tinubu has commended members of the armed forces for the progressive success being recorded in the fight against insecurity in parts of the country. It was as he launched the 2025 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration emblem appeal at the State House.
Another cycle is almost complete for the annual remembrance and celebration of the fallen and living Nigerian veterans. Their service in sustaining the existence and unity of Nigeria continues, and certainly much appreciated. So, their welfare, even after service, and that of the families of the departed remain a major concern of Nigerians. The 2025 emblem appeal would start with the endorsement and decoration of the Grand Patron of the Nigerian Legion. This is honoring the past heroes, but the Commander-in-Chief also takes time to recognize the effort of the 7 members currently fighting for the stability of the country.
No matter what economic theory we propagate or postulate, if we have no security, you cannot promote peace and development. I'm grateful to all of you on behalf of the country. Yes, the challenges are still there, but you are the first line of defense for this country. Thank you for your patriotic commitment to Nigerian unity, stability, and progress. We are committed to their values, their principle, their belief, and the unity and stability of this country as we pass on to the next generation a banner without stain in the sum of 500 million naira.
And beginning with the Federal Executive Council, National Assembly members and service chiefs, the Nigerian Legion is gaining support in donations to cater for its members in the next fiscal year.
I respectively urge all citizens to obtain and wear the emblem with pride. I also implore every MDA to encourage their staff and visitors to procure and wear the emblems throughout the remembrance period. Be assured that every contribution, no matter the size, will significantly impact the lives of those who have dedicated themselves to safeguarding our freedom.
Today is the first in history of donation by presidents to have this enormous, generous donation for the well-being of the families of the departed heroes. This is an encouragement for those who are in the service to know that even after they left, their families will not be left to be on the street or to be beggars.
The second in command, Vice President Kashim Shettima, National Assembly leaders, the Defense Minister, the service chiefs and heads of security agencies would also be the ambassadors while the appeal and celebration last for the year. From the State House, Musbah and Wahab, NTA News.
In talking oil and gas now, chairman of the Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, is insisting that his refinery, currently with 420,000 per day refining capacity, is ready to satisfy the local demand of petroleum products, particularly petrol. The Nigerian captain of industry was fielding questions from State House correspondents on the development in the oil and gas sector. After the commissioning of the largest refinery in Africa, there have been issues delaying disbursement of products from the refinery. However, Dangote appeals to local marketers to come forth and patronize his refinery as a way of solving scarcity of petrol in parts of the country.
We are producers. I have a refinery. I'm not in the business of retail. If I'm in the business of retail, then you hold me responsible. But what I'm saying is that the retailers should please come forward and pick. If they don't come forward and pick, what do you want me to do? That's nothing that I can do. So I am expecting either NNPC or the marketers to stop importing. They should come and collect. We have what they need. And, as they remove, I'll be pumping. I don't know whether you understand what it takes to keep 500 million liters inside our tank. It's costing me money. Every day, if I will be able to collect the naira, I can actually charge somebody 32% in interest. So right now, that's what I'm losing. And you are talking about 500 billion. We don't print money, but the issue is that if they come and collect, then you will not see any queues in the filling stations. We have what it takes for them to come and collect. We are not retailers. We also don't have trucks to send. We have a factory where we can load. If they come and pick, they will go and distribute. And they've been doing that with importation. So if they have been doing that with importation, if it's true they are doing 55 million, I see no reason why they won't come and collect our own and distribute.
Away from oil and gas, Vice President Kashim Shettima has called for a stronger collaboration between government and the media in carrying out their shared responsibility for Nigeria's national development journey. He made the call when the leadership of the Nigerian Guild of Editors paid him a courtesy visit at the presidential villa, pledging government support to ensuring the sustainability of the fourth estate of the realm and making a strong case for a balanced partnership to drive national unity and economic growth. Vice President Shettima noted that the time had come to prioritize governance over political considerations, acknowledging the economic challenges confronting the media, pledging the government support to sustaining quality journalism. President of the Nigerian Guild of Editors, Eze Anaba, lauded the Vice President's commitment to transparent governance, particularly in explaining government's economic policies as chairman of the National Economic Council.
The presidency, I'm sure when we talk about the president and the vice presidents, have a role to play. And that's why we came here. Of course, the president issues will also come up at our conference. But one thing we want to assure Nigerian and the president is that the media are committed to the democracy. Of course, as you all know, we are not a political party. Government takes decisions almost on a daily basis. But it is the responsibility of the media to hold government to account. But one thing we must tell is that Nigerian media, we are committed to democracy, we are committed to good governance, and that they can take that to.
The delegation emphasized the media's readiness to partner with the government while maintaining its independence, announcing that the 20th edition of the All Nigeria Editors Conference is scheduled for November the 7th to the 9th in Yanagua, Bayelsa State. French President Emmanuel Macron and Morocco King Mohammed VI sealed their reconciliation and signed an exceptional strengthened partnership. Just as French President embarks on state visit to Morocco to strengthen historic ties severely damaged by 3 years of rifts between the North African country and the former colonial power. Comfort Fashion reports.
Macron's visit follows years of strained relations between Paris and Rabat over a range of issues. They include France's ambiguous stance on the disputed Western Sahara region and Macron's quest for friendship with Algeria. Rabat and Paris have also been at odds after France in 2021 halved the number of visas it granted to Moroccan. Macron's visit this time around is at the King's invitation late in September. And during the three-day visit, which aimed at mending strained relations, the two countries have reached an agreement totaling up to 10 billion euros. Several deals were also signed in the presence of Macron and King Mohammed VI, with more expected in the course of the visit, which includes energy and infrastructure. A French rail manufacturer, Alstom, is also set to supply up to 18 high-speed train cars to Morocco, according to the deals signed. An energy company, NG, and the Moroccan Phosphate Office also signed a renewable agreement with potential investments reaching up to 3.5 billion euros. France's Total Energies also inked a deal to develop green hydrogen production in the North African country. Meanwhile, Macron's visit also comes after Macron's reconciliation efforts with Algeria, which appeared to have hit a dead end. A state visit to Paris by Algerian President Abdelmadjid Tebboune was rescheduled multiple times before being called off earlier this month by Algiers. And after Macron endorsed Morocco's autonomy plan, Algeria promptly withdrew its ambassador to Paris and is yet to sign a replacement. Comforts, Fashion, NTA News.
United Nations peacekeepers in the Democratic Republic of Congo, scheduled to leave in December, are staying put for the moment owing to ongoing violence as M23 rebels press ahead with their offensive. The country's government says it is putting in place a new time frame for their departure. Reports say the UN mission has been there for more than 20 years, tasked with protecting the population. But many Congolese feel nothing has changed since they have arrived and that no one is properly defending them. More than 120 armed groups are battling for land and mineral resources in the country's east. The violence has forced about 7 million people to flee their homes. As Nigeria intensifies efforts to improve access to quality healthcare, innovative treatments and partnerships, the federal government has launched the 2024 International Cancer Week in Abuja with the theme Accelerating Path to Comprehensive Cancer Control, Innovations, Access and Partnership. Uche Ugochukwu was at the launch.
Globally, cancer claims over 10 million lives annually, and Nigeria records over 100,000 new cases, with breast, cervical and prostate cancers being the most common, with staggering 70% mortality rates. This year's theme has given opportunity for the country to improve on the limited access to screening, diagnosis and treatment using innovative solutions.
It is very important, Honorable Minister and the House of Assembly members, that we make treatment affordable, accessible to everyone so that Nigeria will be treated of cancer.
My colleague, the Honorable Minister of State for Health, and I have been committed to ensuring that the transformation that we are embarking on is built on sound science and that the research and development ecosystem is such that it's refined, governed, and focused to lead to solutions that will help improve the health of Nigerians.
Stakeholders in the cancer treatment advocacy are optimistic that increasing funding for cancer treatments, training of healthcare professionals, and promotion of awareness will help reduce the burden of cancer in Nigeria.
We will put it together to ensure that at any point in time, this particular sector needs our intervention to ensure that you succeed in delivering health and activities that will cure or control diseases, not only sector.
As a way to accelerate its path to comprehensive cancer control, prevention and treatment, Nigeria signed an MOU with Roche. Uche Ugochukwu, NTA News.
And for more insight on Nigeria's effort at tackling cancer, I am now being joined by the Director General of the Nigeria Institute for Cancer Research and Treatment, Professor Usman Aliyu. Professor Aliyu, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, 72,000 Nigerians die of cancer every year. What has changed in the cancer landscape with the establishment of the Nigeria Institute for Cancer Research and Treatment, NICRAT?
Okay, so thank you very much for the question. So much has actually changed since the establishment of the National Institute for Cancer Research and Treatment. In the area of cancer prevention, as you know, NICRAT is an organization, agency under the Federal Ministry of Health, established to actually champion the cancer control in Nigeria. The scope of the agency starts from prevention, treatment, research, and generally control. Since the establishment of the institute, at least I so much believe that you can testify with me, there is a marked improvement in cancer awareness. Currently, we have embarked on a regional cancer awareness campaign virtually in all the regions in the country. We've conducted several trainings cutting across the bladder cancers, cervical cancer, and also liver cancers. This we did virtually in the 6 geopolitical zone. We've also conducted a training of the first-line healthcare workers to improve their knowledge and skills in the areas of early detection in cancer, so that when patients present early, they can easily be attended to, and then an effective referral can actually be achieved. And through that, we'll be able to catch them young and give them the required treatment that will lead to cure.
Prof, you have actually identified a marked improvement in cancer treatment in Nigeria. The theme of the Cancer Week is accelerating Nigeria's path to comprehensive cancer control, innovation, access, and partnerships. Can you speak to this theme?
All right, so what the theme of this International Cancer Week of the year 2024 meant is the world is rapidly changing, and Nigeria cannot be left behind. A projection that was made by a professor in oncology, knowing that from the report of Global Can 2020, there were more than 20 million new cases, and more than half of them died in that 2022. So there is a welcoming, and the countries in the low and middle income countries must rise to the occasion. They will have to develop effective strategies to protect their citizenry from this war that is coming to them. To answer the call, His Excellency Bola Tinubu, under the leadership of the Honorable Coordinating Minister for Health, Ali Pate, and Dr. Tunji Adausa, gave all the required support to this agency that is purely meant for cancer control. If you look at the activities that we are currently engaging on, we are embarking in the use of artificial intelligence. These are modern technology that has been used by the Western world. We are gradually bringing it to enhance our cancer screening programs in our rural community. Currently, we are collaborating with international organizations and some very renowned researchers in the country. To cite an example is Prof. Ajani Puja in Ile-Ife. Currently, we are working on him to conduct a national program on cervical cancer screening. And through that, it's a kind of self-assessment. It's actually a woman that will go and insert the test. She will do the test by herself, and then the result will be carried and transferred to a technology that has artificial intelligence. And it is this technology that will comfortably diagnose and say whether she has cervical cancer or she doesn't. So you see, we have actually gone far ahead because it's more comfortable if well taught for individual to carry out this kind of this kind of test by herself. This is just one out of many of the innovations that we are bringing into the area of oncology. Several researches, mainly genomics, targeting the defective cells within the individual body is currently being conducted. And once those researches are finalized, we will be able to develop a targeted treatment that will specifically target the abnormal cells within the body and kill it. And then it will confer cure with the sparing of the normal tissue, meaning with less side effect.
Thank you so much, Professor Aliyu, for your perspectives on Nigeria's efforts at tackling cancer.
Thank you for having me.
This is news on NTA International. We take a break.
But when they get your back anytime or day, he go carry a matter for head like say na your own. Now so Go TV tanda for your side as your body for correct enjoyment. We not a tear pocket. For this Go TV Super Plus Golden Window, you fit touchlight all the 380 Premier League games, correct local shows, and better film. We day for you. Make your sharply upgrade or recharge your Go TV on top Super Plus to enjoy every today. The Super Plus Golden Window don't come out money now. No do yourself, oh. Go TV. Love it.
Health sector in Nigeria and across Africa is facing a looming crisis as non-communicable disease increases, accounting for about 29% of deaths in Nigeria and 70% in Africa. This was the view of speakers at the National Conference on Sugar-Sweetened Tax and Health Financing in Abuja. Basi Taitman was there.
Research has shown that the life expectancy of 61% for men and 65% for women could increase if every man and woman is mindful of their lifestyle and concerned by the rates of sudden death linked to non-communicable diseases, majorly caused by the consumption of unhealthy foods. Experts at this conference stressed the urgent need to reduce the trend.
In Nigeria today, there is this rising cases of just lump. And those Oyibo diseases, we used to think that they are diseases for other parts of the world, are staring us in the face.
When it comes to the burden of diseases in the continent, we carry over 20% of the global burden of disease. And this burden is costing us as a continent.
The Minister of Health represented said the role of SSB tax is to reduce NCDs-associated illnesses, reaffirming government's determination to improving public health.
As we look to the future, we must view the SSB tax as a cornerstone of our strategy to improve public health and healthcare financing.
We must strive to create an environment where healthy dietary choices are the norm, supported by appropriate policies and robust health systems.
At 10 naira per litre, Nigeria's current tax on SSB falls short of the world 20% of total retail price.
Ministry of Health, in collaboration with Corporate Accountability and Public Participation in Africa. Basi Taikban, NTA News.
Still on the health sector, the disparity in salaries of doctors within and outside the country, health experts say, is the major cause of Nigerian doctors migrating to other countries in search of greener pastures. This was the submission of the Nigerian Medical Association at the celebration of this year's annual Physicians Week. Hamman Jabani reports.
The annual Physicians Week not only recognizes the work of medical professionals in the present, but also commemorates the long-standing history of their contributions to adequate healthcare delivery, a journey that started centuries ago. This year's celebration with the theme Ensuring Universal Applicability in Remuneration, a panacea to talent retention in the healthcare industry, experts say investigation has shown that the disparity in salary is responsible for the high number of medical professionals leaving the country.
I'm not saying that everybody must be paid on equal basis. No, because there must be justice. And in ensuring that justice, we must go with each and every level. But then as a professional police, everybody wants to be seen. so that people will be secure to stay where they are supposed to stay.
This timely theme emphasizes the imperative of equitable compensation, ensuring health care access, fairness, and inclusivity, competitive salaries, and quality patient care.
The need for health experts and other key stakeholders within the health sector to exhibit high sense of responsibility in tackling contemporary health challenges were also advocated. The Nigerian Medical Association has earmarked the whole week for the celebration. Haman Jabani, NTA News.
United States Agency for International Development, USAID, has launched the Conflict Early Warning Early Response Situation Room for digital management of conflicts across the country. The project, which is domiciled at the Institute for Peace and Conflict Resolution, is to ensure quick response and mediation to all issues relating to conflict in Nigeria. David Irie reports.
The Conflict Early Warning Situation Room is to enhance effective response to early warning indicator reports with a view to minimizing conflicts that degenerate to violence in Nigeria. The Institute for Peace and Conflict Resolution, United States Agency for International Development, and other partners are currently operating in 9 selected states in the North Central and Northwest to mitigate conflicts through the early warning, early response. A program, the organizers say, has helped in achieving peaceful relationship between farmers and herders in the communities of operation.
Our early warning situation room, which is one of the main reasons why we gathered here this morning, has been fortified with digital tools such as the early warning, early response application, the SMS channels, short messaging channels, and the toll-free lines for comprehensive conflict reporting.
In this digital era, we know that the fastest way to transmit information is through technology. Thus, for the Conflict Situation Room, USAID supported the development of a technological one-step powerhouse to collate, synthesize, and dispatch information between communities and security operatives to advance the process of early response.
Security experts are, however, anticipating a more cordial relationship between communities, civil society groups, and security agencies in information dissemination and management through the Situation Room for peaceful coexistence.
The partner activity, which is a USAID-funded program, was designed specifically to facilitate collaboration and partnerships with government, with communities, and security and non-security actors for an effective early warning, early response system for Nigeria to prevent violence.
For a whole of society approach to security, the partnership and collaboration between the security sector and the civil sector is critical. It's non-negotiable. You must work together to accomplish it.
The Situation Room is to be fully managed by the IPCR. In Abuja, David Irie, NTA News.
Before we go, a look at Wednesday's weather prospect. That's it on the news. I'm Nancy Godi Angonihu, and Courage Ogeria, he has been on sign language. Bye for now.